Welcome to our monk guide for Guild Wars 1 Pre-Searing. And this is some kind of a full circle moment because we started with the Necromancer about a month ago, and now we are at the last class guide at the monk. And we did some research together to find out how this class works. You can watch that video series in the channel. If you click on the channel, then the optimal leveling guide is basically me trying to learn monk. And I got a few useful tips, and I think I got it down a little bit, at least to work out some sort of recommendation for super beginners, but I'm not claiming to be any monk specialist at all. So let's start with the monk guide. Our build looks like this. I'm using Elementalist as a secondary class. You could also go Ranger, for example, or some people even go Warrior and use Axe and Thorn Aura to play like a Warrior build, but you are of course missing all the armor that a warrior needs to survive, so you just die. And for flex, some people even go pure monk, but then all you do is heal the fire imp, and gets kind of boring. So this is what I chose: 12 fire magic, because Firestorm and Flare are our two main skills. Then we went with 5 points into healing prayers, 8 into smiting prayers, 7 into protection prayers, and 3 divine favor. Divine favor has some funny workings. Yes, we don't have any divine favor skills in Pre-Searing, however, it still gives 3.2 healing after the initial effect of the skill. So that's kind of nice, I guess. It's a nice bonus, like a passive heal, if you want to say it like that. And then for the skills, we went with Healing Breeze for our main healing spell, of course, then Shielding Hands and Reversal of Fortune, which are our two protection spells. For our Smiting Prayer main skill, we are using Symbol of Wrath, which when I'm talking about Thorns, this is what I mean, because it is Thorns kind of ability. And then we have Flare and Firestorm as our two main attack skills. Aura of Restoration to heal ourselves a little bit better, and then Glyph of Lesser Energy is used all the time. I keep forgetting it, but you should use it on cooldown basically, because you do not have that much energy. Actually, you don't have any energy, and the build kind of doesn't make any sense, but we're making it work. So, equip-wise, I went with all Radiant Insignias to boost my energy. You could go Survivor, but as a Monk Elementalist, you really need that energy, because otherwise you will not be able to cast any spells. You are not an Elementalist. You do not have that much energy, guys. So you really need those Radiant Insignias. For runes, we are going with Smiting Prayers on our headpiece to get the double +1. Then Healing Prayers, Protection Prayers, Minor Vigor to get +30 health. And then I went with Attunement to get +2 more energy, because energy is just this important for this build. You don't want to be out of mana, guys. Trust me. So, something that gets asked quite frequently by beginners: what's the difference between Elementalist Monk and Monk Elementalist? That's very easy to answer. As a Monk, Divine Favor, of course, and you do have a lot of quicker access to some healing stuff. But the main thing is the energy level. So as an Elementalist, you get the energy storage attribute, which enables you to boost your energy pool quite a lot. Also, you start off with a bigger energy pool, and you can then go into insignias for Survivor to boost your health, which means not only does the Elementalist / Monk have more energy than us, they also have more health than us. Basically, why even play it like that? Let's delete this char. Well, there are some bonuses to this to do it this way. It's the interesting weapon sets that you can do. So for my main weapon, I'm using a staff which has a HSR of 12%, plus 5 energy. You want a high energy staff. This is not enough energy, but it's what I got. And then we have HCT on Smiting Prayers for 17%. Enchantments last 18% longer. That's a mod I added, like a wrap for the staff, which is absolutely recommended for monks, as everything you have is basically an enchantment. Then plus 5 armor to actually live. And that's my main weapon, kind of, when I'm using Smiting, like my Thorn ability. We also have a second weapon set for our fire spells, which I'm using a water wand. Again, it does not matter which kind of wand it is, as long as you have some bonus to fire magic, which we have right here. So we have HSR, fire magic spells 16%, and HCT generally for 9%. I would prefer more HCT, honestly, on fire magic, but this is what I have right now. As a shield, I'm using plus 10 armor and plus 15 health. Plus 10 armor is amazing against Char. So every time Char attack me, I'm using this weapon set, basically. And then we have a third weapon set, of course. So just another thing sad, like this shield is a quest shield. You can get it from one of the quests early on. And it is best in slot until you find something crazy good. For weapon set 3, I picked this one, which is my oh shit, I need more health to survive weapon set. I'm using the bonus shield with plus 30 health, just because I don't have something that gives me more health right now. Preferably you want to have something right here with plus more armor and to Char maybe, and plus like 35 and upwards health. That would be the dream. And then we are using the quest shield from Pitney, which gives you plus 5 armor while casting, and I would recommend putting a fortitude hilt on this, so it says longsword of fortitude, just to increase your health pool. So this is not finished by any means. This weapon set is in progress. It's just an idea right now. It doesn't really work because the difference from weapon set 1 to weapon set 3 is 30 health, and that's not enough to save my ass. So the idea is to switch to it to save my ass and get more health, but it's not working right now because I need more health on these weapons. Then 4 is also just an idea right now. The wand is perfect, honestly. HCR on Smiting Prayers 18%. It's what you want. It's absolutely perfect. And then my current offhand is only energy plus 5 and HSR 7%, which is, I guess, an okay start, but nothing great. Ideally, you want a little bit more HSR maybe, and then you want armor versus Char too, and then it would be crazy good. But this is kind of the replacement to the staff. So you either go for the beginning, you find a staff and put enchantment and defensive on it, or you go with a wand which has high HSR on Smiting Prayers, and a good offhand to go with it. That would be the start, kinda. I also see like people using in screenshots tower shields that give plus 1 fire magic 18% and plus 8 armor versus Char. That would be the holy grail item for this weapon set. If I can ever find something like that, I will probably quit the game because it just sounds like the biggest dream ever. So yeah, the fun thing about Monk slash Elementalist is that it sucks, and that Elementalist slash Monk is better in every way. Basically, you play a cleric from Dark Souls, and yeah, it's not good, but the fun part is trying to survive and finding good weapon sets that kind of go against your weaknesses. So, I'm going to consume buff food. I would recommend adding candy apples to that for even more health and more energy, because we really need that energy. Let's also get our imp out right here, and then actually play the game. I might just tune down the music a little bit, because it's kind of loud on my end right here. So, yeah, what you want to do with this build is start with Aura of Restoration, Firestorm. Go to weapon set 2 to get the plus armor and char. As soon as someone gets close to you, you start casting the Symbol of Wrath. So how Symbol of Wrath works, initially I thought it was an aura and it would go with you, but that's not how it works. Basically, it stays wherever you cast it, so it doesn't go with you. Basically, you want them to be where you are, and then... So you have to think ahead a little bit. Not sure if I'm explaining it that great, but let's do it again with this group. Protection Prayers is great because it helps us protect our Aura of Restoration, because the Chaots can dispel both, and they will, like, preferably dispel this instead of this, which you want. So yeah, that's also something I forgot to mention in my Elementalist guide back then, but yeah, that's how, that's how it goes, So we are just going to clear the altar and call the rep, I guess. Iron Hearts, that was an O card, but here the Iron Hearts are funny because they can drop purples actually and are a quick and easy kill. These are always annoying, I hate them so much. Just always remember, you are not an Elementalist. You cannot go in all guns blazing and just kill everything with Firestorm. Sadly, you are just a little monk, and you die after 2 hits. So you have to be very careful with this class. Alright. Like, if I would pull like this whole thing right here, right now, I would not survive, because I will run out of energy, and as soon as that happens, I'm dead. Because to sustain myself, I do need energy and healing spells. And I can't do that without energy, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm waiting for this patrol right here. It is a bit slower to play it like this, but also a little bit safer. Let's go for the let's go for the middle so we hit more. So if you start out this way as a monk slash elementalist, you might be missing flair. You can learn that at the skill trainer in Ascalon City at level 10. Alright. I always like to attack these two bosses at the end of the cauldron from this side right here, because then they can't bug themselves into this position. Sometimes they get stuck here and then you can't kill them anymore. Well, kind of with Monk it does work still, because you can just go in there and thorn them. And then they die automatically. Alright. No drops, but that's to be expected, because for some reason I feel like they adjusted the drop rates, so no one ever gets any items anymore. I've been doing so many runs and nothing ever drops. More gold, more gold. Alright, the cauldron is already clear, but 32 gold, nice. Let's actually do these groups as well. Yeah, the gameplay is the same all the time. Rain of Fire, Protection Prayer to then save your aura and kind of go ham with Fireball and Fire Storm, and if they get close to you, Symbol of Wrath, and then if you needed Healing Breeze, I didn't need to do it right now in this video. Sometimes it gets kinda dangerous and you need to. Reversal of Fortune, I didn't use it yet, but basically once you do this, and then the next damage you take after it gets reverted into healing, which is quite useful. Two melees, so I Symbol of Wrath again. And then they basically kill themselves by being close to me. Brown, yeah. Well, nothing dropped but gold and a stupid blue bow. But yeah, again, like I said, I have the feeling they removed good drops from the game. For some reason, nothing drops anymore. Yeah, that's the Monk, basically. The fun part about Monk is that it's terrible. And it kind of is challenging to work against its weaknesses by finding good weapon sets. It's not just as boring like a ranger, where all you do is auto-attack and all you have for a weapon is your bow, and you just buy like a char mod or find one and then your character is done and perfect. No. With the Monk, there is a lot of stuff you can actually improve just by finding better weapons. My weapons suck. But, you know, it is kind of fun to try and look for something good with this character, because, you know, I never had like a character where I was actually looking forward to using all 4 weapon sets. With this one I am, because I didn't do any switching right here in this video. I mainly use the shield for char, but if I have the option and close to death, I would use this set. If I would be kind of in a good position and know that nothing would happen to me, I would use the stuff for the smiting improvements. Yeah, there's a lot you can do as a Monk, and it's quite fun, honestly. But I'm also missing candy apples. God damn it, they're always out. That's it. That's the last class guide. and I'm happy you were watching. Again, if you want to see the road to this character, like I basically covered leveling it up from 1 to 19 in guides, then look at the channel. Otherwise, thank you so much. I will be back with fresh ideas as soon as I have them. But for now, goodbye. Thank you. Bye-bye.